Just wanted to speak on this just really quick, not take too long recording this video, but I just had a quick thought about organized stalking and community mobbing, gang stalking, all these forms of surveillance, and just a lot of the ways that the authoritative system and the police state is weaponized against its own people. And I'm speaking for, I understand that organized stalking and gang stalking goes on worldwide, but I'm speaking for a United States standpoint, here in the U.S., where I'm at. I just feel like, you know, with all the funding that's put into this program and the terrorist watch list or the terrorist screening database, with all the fake reports and, people who are put on this watch list under FISA 702 through the FISA courts, it's kind of like this is basically in itself is human trafficking when you really think about it, because normal people's lives are being ruined, and not only that, but normal people's lives are being sabotaged and they're being blacklisted and under surveillance in a covert manner, like how the East Stasi secret police were using these same tactics during the time of the Cold War, where a lot of these tactics stem from. It's kind of like a American version of the Stasi police, if you really think about it. And when you really think about how much money goes into this program, how many people they get involved, how many people are taking the bribes, how many people are being actors in your life, it's almost like it's just to really think about it, it hits you deep. It's kind of like so many people will put in this much effort to go against one individual. And not only that, but people in positions of authority who are supposed to be people there to actually protect and serve the people end up being the biggest domestic terrorist and criminals there is. So it's kind of like, you see how we're living in it's like a reversed world. Like what's good is considered bad in this world, and what's bad is considered good. And I'm not saying that, corruption will cease to ever exist, because it always will. Where there's power, there's always going to be corruption. Where there's authority, there's always going to be corruption. But it's just like, when you really think about how much resources, funds, manpower, I mean, they got EMS workers doing noise campaigns. Police and tyrant authorities get paid to just sit on their asses all day and collect a check and harass and target innocent people, weaponizing the system and their resources against specific individuals. You think about how many of your neighbors and people they get to move in the houses around you just to participate in organized stalking and community mobbing and using perpetrator tactics against you. And it's just so much effort, that's what gets me about all this. And another thing as well, without targeted individuals, I mean, a lot of these people wouldn't even be able to feed their families. So we're the reason people's families are eating. We're the reason people are able to feed their kids. We're the reason people are getting new cars. They're getting new renovations done to their houses. They're getting promotions at the job. They're pulling in some extra beer money, some extra kickback money, some extra money to fund their drug habits. It's just like America is basically like a police state, and it's like a country full of informants from state to state, jurisdiction to jurisdiction, county to county. And let's not forget that, a lot of cowards who think that they have some type of magical power, like joining cults and secret societies and fraternities and these wannabe covens, and using their military or army or air force status to, have access to these resources and all these direct energy weapons as well, to collaborate with people who are involved in these so-called secret societies. It's like a bunch of weirdos are trying to keep a whole country and a group of people in check. And at the end of the day, I feel as if there's like so many of us that, you know, they can only control so much. They can only control so much. You know, they can sabotage, they can spy, they can watch, they can tap our devices and listen in and get people to follow scripts, you know, and train these people at fusion centers and watch every single thing we do. But at the end of the day, in every system, there's always room for error, and that's one thing I kind of keep in mind. And not only that, but when you're favored by the Most High God, or when you follow the Most High, it's like nothing that a group of cowards who are evil pieces of shit, that's the best way I could sum it up, who sit in their houses all day watching another individual live their life. Like, nothing that a large group of cowards do could really stop you. And it just surprises me how many people are actors. You know, a lot of these people would have had a great career in Hollywood. They should have just went to Hollywood. They should have went to acting school, or, you know, went to some type of you know, soap opera, or maybe some theater play. You know, they should have just joined up with some theater schools. They would have been great actors there. Like, I can't even count how many people it's like everybody around me, placed in my vicinity, even when I was working, like they were always like, had this weird condescending tone, you know what I mean? Like, they're in on something, like everybody's in on an inside joke, but you're the only one who doesn't know about it, but you can like feel it, you know what I mean? It's kind of like it's like a bunch of people trying to act like they're not up to something, but like their energy is giving off that they're like guilty, like they're doing some sneaky shit. So there's that too that I wanted to say in this video. It's just so many people are actors. That's all I'm trying to say. There's so many crisis actors. And, you know, of course, you get the out-of-state license plates. You get the one headlights. That's normal by now. And it's just odd to me, you know, how many people they get involved in. I'm really convinced people come from out of state just to perp, just to gang stalk, literally. Gang stalkers will drive state to state just to come over here to do this wherever you're at. So I'm not, you know, that's not even surprising at this point. I just wanted to say and speak on some general things about organized stalking and the program in this video. And it's just, you know, just really think about how much funding goes into this. Really think about how many resources. Think about how many of city workers, EMS, firefighters, you know, tyrant police pigs are involved in this. Just really just sit there and think about it. Like, all this for you, you know, when you're a TI. All of this for one person. Think about that.